Namaste.
Long back you have told regarding the stages of scolding, and can you explain me regarding that in detail, and what's the impact of that in the kid?
Yes, yes. I think 3, 4 years back I have explained about stages of scolding. Stages of scolding, when we say, actually, why we can elicit that? The last concern I will relate it first. What is the impact if we are not following? Usually, parents will come and explain that in therapy centers, kids are doing everything. Means feedback from the therapy center is like, kid is doing everything, finishing the task, he's doing everything, but at home they are not doing. This is one symptom. Second thing, some parents will come and say that he will follow my commands, but he is not following others' commands. This is the clinical presentation. In some centers or some parents are saying that he used to follow parental commands, but if somebody from outside comes, he is not at all looking at. These are the clinical presentations that we can see. When we have an interrogation with them, what is the basic thing that I feel is, it's how we give training for a kid. That's why I have said about 5 stages of scolding. Scolding in the sense, there is a first stage like we should just give some information regarding what he is doing. Suppose if the kid is doing some mischief things, you should train them like these things are not good, these things should not be done. Generalize, you should say that it should not be done. The second stage, we will be little more stressful, or we will give little more pressure towards that. We told that it is not good, that you have done this mischief. Specifically, you should take up that situation and say, this thing henceforth you should do. The third level only we should raise our voice. The same situation, the specific task or specific thing that he has done, you should take up with a loud voice. I told it should not be done. This is the third stage of scolding. Fourth stage of scolding means we should give a hint about what you will be going to do in the fifth stage. In the sense, if you are following, if you are going to beat him, you should just give a hint that if you again do, I'll beat you. This is the third stage. That will be little more serious. Our modulation, sound modulation will be little more different. And the fifth stage is giving punishment. Like whatever you have done in the fourth stage, it should be done in the fifth stage. This is the 5 stages of scolding. So if you are not following, or suppose in the therapy center or the particular person that they says that he is following my command, you should make sure that whether that scolding or their instruction is in the third stage or not. Every time if you shout and say the thing, kids will follow, but they will be trained like that modulation. If somebody else come and say, like in the first stage, suppose the kid's name is X, please come here, he will not follow, because he has been trained with high frequency sound, so that he will follow that. So same thing, the first situation what it was in the therapy center, they are following. So we should know that whether that therapy center is giving training with a shouted voice, very adamant, with some stick or not. So usually what I say means, within 1 or 2 weeks or 1 or 2 months, if a parent and come and say that the new therapy center is very good, now he is following everything, means we should suspect that the mode of making them to do, that is very much harmful. Hmm? So my advice is, we should keep that stages of scolding in the mind in the home. It is little bit task to make them follow in the first and second stage. And unfortunately, what a parent will do is, their comfort zone is going directly to the third and fourth stage. Some parents will come and say, he will follow me because I will beat, so he follow me. So there will be a saturation point that to follow after getting a beat. After that, many parents come and say, usually he was afraid of me because I will beat. But since 1 or 2 months he is not following, because he has overcome that fifth stage also. So we don't have the sixth stage to scold. The sixth stage is getting it back, whatever we have done. And if the parent is shouting, of course the kid will be shouting back. That is mirroring what, how we are giving training, that way they will reflect it. So make sure with effort, with an awareness, you should maintain these stages of scolding. We should be able to make them follow the commands either in the first stage or second stage or third stage. Maximum it should be fourth stage. We should not do the fifth stage. That is the extreme level. Same thing we should follow up in the therapy field also. Hmm? Home, whole family members should be the same pattern, so that there will be a culture in the home. By that way, we can change our kids by reducing the hyperactivity and hyper tantrum. Namaste.